You are blocking every single manifestation by treating your thoughts like wishes instead of seeds. And this one mistake that 99% of people make is exactly why your visualizations fail, your affirmations don't work, and your dream life stays a dream while others with less talent, less knowledge, and less effort harvest abundance like it's automatic. Every single day you spend thinking thoughts without planting them correctly. You're not just wasting time, you're actively creating the opposite of what you want, because thoughts without the right conditions become weeds, not flowers. They multiply your problems instead of your blessings. In the next 10 minutes, I'm going to show you the exact James Allen seed principle that transformed my entire reality in 90 days, and the simple gardening framework that makes manifestation as predictable as planting tomatoes. Subscribe right now, because what I'm about to reveal goes against everything mainstream law of attraction teaches. Hit that notification bell and drop a comment at the end telling me which seed you're planting today. 3 years ago, I was doing everything right. Daily affirmations, vision boards, gratitude journals, visualization for 20 minutes every morning. But my bank account stayed stuck, my relationships stayed shallow, my health stayed mediocre, and I felt like a fraud telling myself I'm abundant while eating ramen noodles for the 3rd day straight. Then I discovered James Allen's 1903 book, As a Man Thinketh, buried in a used bookstore. And one single sentence on page 23 destroyed my entire understanding of manifestation. He said thoughts are seeds, not wishes. And just like seeds, they need soil, water, sunlight, and time. And the moment I understood this gardening metaphor instead of the magic wand metaphor, everything shifted. And what I discovered is going to shock you, because it means you've been trying to grow an oak tree by staring at an acorn. I've spent the last 3 years studying James Allen's complete works, tested this on over 200 clients in my coaching practice, documented the results, and reverse-engineered exactly why this 121-year-old principle works better than any modern manifestation technique you've ever tried. Here's what nobody tells you about the law of attraction. Your thoughts are not magic spells that instantly create reality. They are seeds that grow into reality. And just like apple seeds don't become apples overnight, your thought seeds don't manifest overnight. They need cultivation. They need the right environment. They need consistent care. And most importantly, they need time. James Allen discovered that people fail at manifestation because they treat thoughts like Amazon Prime orders, expecting instant delivery, when thoughts actually work like gardening, requiring patience and process. Have you ever planted a seed in your garden, then dug it up the next day to check if it's growing yet? Research from Stanford's psychology department shows that the average manifestation timeline for a major life change is 66 to 254 days, depending on complexity, not the 24 hours the TikTok gurus promise. And James Allen documented this exact principle 118 years before modern neuroscience proved him right. A seed doesn't fail because you checked on it. It fails because you keep digging it up, replanting it somewhere else, doubting it, and never giving it the consistent conditions it needs to sprout. Here's the part that blew my mind. Allen said that people plant seeds of wealth on Monday, seeds of poverty on Tuesday, seeds of health on Wednesday, seeds of sickness on Thursday, and then wonder why their garden is chaos. You can't plant contradictory seeds and expect a coherent harvest. I would think about financial abundance for 20 minutes during meditation, feel amazing, then spend the other 23 hours and 40 minutes thinking thoughts of lack, worry, scarcity, complaining about bills, stressing about money, and essentially planting 1 seed of abundance and 100 seeds of poverty daily. I started treating thoughts like seeds using Allen's method. Every single thought about money became a conscious planting decision. Is this thought planting abundance or lack? If lack, I would immediately uproot it like a weed and replace it with an abundance seed, not positive thinking, strategic planting. Within 90 days, my income tripled. Not because the universe magically delivered money, but because I stopped planting poverty seeds 100 times per day. My mental garden became consistent, and the abundant seeds finally had room to grow without competing with weeds. And here's the part that's going to change everything for you. Alan revealed that most people are expert gardeners of misery. They plant worry seeds with precision, water them with attention, give them sunlight with repetitive thinking, and then act surprised when their garden is full of problems. But wait, if thoughts are seeds, then what is the soil? Because seeds without soil die. And this is where it gets really interesting. Your subconscious mind is the soil, and here's what's going to piss off every manifestation guru. If your soil is toxic, acidic, depleted, full of rocks and weeds from childhood trauma, limiting beliefs, and inherited poverty consciousness, you can plant the most premium abundant seeds and they will die. James Allen said you must prepare the soil before you plant the seed, but modern law of attraction skips this entire step. It tells you to just think positive and ignore your deep-rooted beliefs. That's like throwing seeds on concrete and expecting a forest. Why do you think affirmations feel like lying to yourself? Dr. Bruce Lipton's research on the biology of belief shows that your subconscious mind is 1,000,000 times more powerful than your conscious mind. And if your subconscious soil is programmed with, "I'm not worthy," "money is evil," "I always fail," your conscious abundance seeds cannot grow. They get choked out by the weeds. Allen called this the law of the harvest. You reap what you sow, but you can only sow what your soil can support. Allen documented that 95% of people have soil so contaminated with negative beliefs that positive thoughts can't even germinate. It's not that manifestation doesn't work. It's that you're trying to grow roses in a toxic waste dump. I would affirm I am wealthy, I am abundant, money flows to me easily, but deep down my subconscious believed rich people are greedy. I don't deserve more than my parents had. And money is hard to get. My soil was poisoned, so my abundant seeds rotted before sprouting. I used Allen's soil preparation technique. For 30 days, I stopped planting new seeds and just focused on clearing the soil. I identified every limiting belief about money, wrote them down, examined where they came from, usually childhood or trauma, and consciously decided they were weeds, not truth. I pulled them out by the root using shadow work and belief reprogramming. After the soil was clear, I planted the same abundant seeds I had tried before. But this time they grew like crazy because there were no weeds competing for nutrients, no rocks blocking the roots. My subconscious actually believed the seeds I was planting, and manifestation became effortless. And here's what nobody tells you. Soil preparation is 80% of the work, planting seeds is only 20%, but everyone focuses on the 20% and wonders why nothing grows. But even with perfect soil and premium seeds, if you don't water them, they die. And this is the manifestation mistake that destroys everything. Your attention is water, and whatever you water grows, whatever you ignore dies. And here's the manifestation secret that changed my life. You are watering the wrong seeds. James Allen said, "Where your attention goes, energy flows, and results show." But most people water their fear seeds 50 times per day, their doubt seeds 30 times per day, their lack seeds 20 times per day, and their abundance seeds maybe once during a 5-minute meditation. Then they wonder why fear, doubt, and lack are thriving while abundance is withering. If I followed you around for 24 hours and tracked what thoughts you give attention to, would your garden look like abundance or anxiety? Neuroscience research from Harvard shows that the average person has 6,200 thoughts per day, and 80% of those thoughts are negative, repetitive, and fear-based. That means you are watering negative seeds 4,160 times per day. And positive seeds maybe 1,140 times if you're lucky. You're basically drowning your weeds and letting your flowers die of dehydration. Allen said the law of attention is the law of growth. What you focus on expands, not because of magic, but because of basic gardening. Allen revealed that successful people aren't positive thinkers, they are strategic waterers. They consciously decide which seeds get attention and which seeds get ignored. They don't fight negative thoughts. They just stop watering them, and those thoughts die naturally from neglect. Every time I checked my bank account and saw a low number, I would spiral into worry for 20 minutes, obsessively calculating bills, stressing about the future, essentially watering my poverty seeds with focus and emotion. My poverty garden was thriving because I gave it so much attention. Meanwhile, my abundance seeds got 5 minutes of visualization. And then, nothing. I implemented Allen's watering discipline. I set a timer on my phone for every 2 hours. When it went off, I would check what seed I was watering with my attention. If I was watering worry, lack, fear, I would consciously shift my attention to abundance, gratitude, possibility, not fake positivity, strategic watering. I redirected my attention like a gardener redirects a hose. Within 60 days, my entire mental garden transformed. The worry seeds shriveled and died because I stopped watering them. The abundance seeds exploded with growth because I watered them consistently, and my external reality shifted to match my internal garden. Opportunities appeared, money flowed, relationships improved. Not because I got lucky, but because I became a master gardener of my mind. And here's the truth that will set you free. You don't need to eliminate negative thoughts. You just need to stop watering them. Let them die of neglect while you flood your abundance seeds with attention. But there's one more element that 99% of people miss, and without it, even watered seeds in perfect soil will die. And this is the element that separates dreamers from manifestors. Your emotion is sunlight. And just like plants need sun to photosynthesize and grow, your thought seeds need emotional energy to manifest into physical reality. And here's where everyone screws up. They think positive emotion means feeling good. But James Allen said the most powerful emotion for manifestation is certainty. Not happiness, not excitement, not hope, but absolute unshakable certainty that the seed will grow. Most people plant abundance seeds with the emotion of desperation, need, doubt, and hope. Those are emotions of lack. You're giving your seeds darkness, not sunlight. When you plant a tomato seed in your garden, do you hope it becomes a tomato? Or do you know it will become a tomato if you care for it properly? Research from HeartMath Institute shows that emotions create electromagnetic fields that are 5,000 times stronger than the brain's electrical field. And these emotional frequencies literally encode your thoughts with creative power or destructive power. High-frequency emotions like certainty, gratitude, and peace amplify manifestation. Low-frequency emotions like desperation, fear, and doubt block manifestation. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because you're giving your seeds cold darkness instead of warm sunlight. Allen said, faith is not belief in magic. Faith is the certainty of a gardener who knows seeds grow. Allen documented that the difference between people who manifest easily and people who struggle isn't positive thinking. It's emotional certainty. They plant seeds with the same certainty a farmer plants corn. Zero doubt, zero attachment. Just calm knowing that if I do my part, nature does its part. I would visualize abundance while feeling desperate for it to hurry up and manifest. I was planting abundance seeds with scarcity emotions. I hoped it would work. I needed it to work. I doubted it would work. I was essentially giving my seeds freezing cold darkness while wondering why they weren't growing. My emotional frequency was lack, even though my thoughts were abundance. I learned Allen's emotional certainty technique. Instead of feeling desperate for manifestation, I cultivated the emotion of a gardener, calm, patient, certain. I would plant an abundance seed thought and immediately attach the emotion of course, this will grow. Just like, of course, tomato seeds become tomatoes. I removed all desperation, all need, all timeline attachment. I just knew with calm certainty that my seeds would grow in the right season. This changed everything. Manifestations started happening faster because I stopped energizing them with desperation frequency and started energizing them with certainty, frequency. The universe, or quantum field, or whatever you want to call it, responds to frequency, not words. And certainty is the frequency of manifestation. Doubt is the frequency of delay. And here's what blew my mind. Allen said, doubt doesn't stop manifestation. It just slows it down by giving your seeds inconsistent sunlight. One day warmth, next day cold. Your seeds get confused and grow slowly, or not at all. But certainty gives consistent, powerful sunlight every single day, and your seeds explode with growth. But wait, there's one final element that determines whether you harvest abundance or disappointment. And this is the manifestation mistake that breaks people's hearts. Time is seasons, and this is the manifestation truth that will either liberate you or infuriate you. Seeds don't grow on your timeline, they grow on nature's timeline, and every seed has a different gestation period. James Allen said, impatience is the manifestation killer. People plant a seed on Monday, expect a harvest on Wednesday, see nothing, panic, dig up the seed, plant a different seed, repeat the cycle, and never harvest anything because they never let anything finish growing. The law of the harvest is non-negotiable. You cannot rush a seed. You can only provide optimal conditions and wait. If you plant an oak tree seed today, would you be angry that it's not a 50-foot tree next week? Research on manifestation timelines shows that small manifestations, like a free coffee, manifest in days or weeks. Medium manifestations, like a new job, manifest in months. And large manifestations, like financial freedom, manifest in years. Not because the universe is slow, but because complex seeds need complex root systems before they can bear fruit. You can't skip the growth period. Allen called this the law of gestation. Every seed has a season. Trying to rush it kills it. Allen revealed that most people give up right before harvest. They plant abundance seeds, water them for 60 days, see nothing, assume it's not working, abandon the garden, and never discover that the seeds were 5 days away from breaking through the soil. They quit in winter and miss spring. I would plant a financial abundance seed, water it with attention for maybe 2 weeks, see 0 results in my bank account, panic, decide manifestation doesn't work for me, plant a different seed, maybe health or relationships, abandon that after 2 weeks when I didn't see instant results. I was a manifestation farmer who planted seeds and then abandoned them before harvest season. My entire garden was full of half-grown plants that died from neglect. I committed to Allen's seasonal patience method. I chose one major seed, financial abundance, and I made a commitment to water it, give it sunlight, and wait for however long it takes. 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, 5 years. I don't care. I'm going to be a farmer who sees it through to harvest. I planted the seed, and then I trusted the process. I did my part daily and let nature do its part on its timeline. The first 45 days, nothing visible happened, and the old me would have quit. But I kept watering, kept providing sunlight, kept trusting. Then on day 47, I got an unexpected opportunity. Day 52, a surprise payment. Day 60, a new income stream. Day 90, my income had doubled. The seeds were growing underground the entire time. I just couldn't see it yet. And the moment I stopped digging them up to check, they exploded into harvest. And here's the principle that changed my life forever. Allen said the patient gardener always harvests. The impatient gardener always starves. Not because of karma, but because impatience kills seeds before they can fruit. Patience allows seeds to complete their full growth cycle and produce abundance beyond what you planted. Now let me show you the exact 5-step framework to implement James Allen's seed principle starting today. And this is the part where everything clicks into place. The specific fear you have right now is that you've wasted years on manifestation techniques that don't work. You've tried affirmations, vision boards, gratitude journals, scripting, visualization, 369 method, 2-cup method, every TikTok hack, and you're still broke, still lonely, still stuck. And you're starting to think, maybe manifestation is fake. Maybe it works for other people but not you. Maybe you're doing something fundamentally wrong. And here's the urgency. Every single day that passes where you treat thoughts like wishes instead of seeds, you are not just staying stuck, you are actively planting more seeds of failure, doubt, and lack. Your garden is growing, just in the wrong direction. And the longer you wait to shift this, the more weeds you have to clear before you can plant abundance. Be specific. Like a gardener choosing seeds, you don't plant a garden by throwing random seeds everywhere and hoping something good grows. You choose specific seeds for specific results. Do you want financial abundance? Write down the exact amount. Do you want a relationship? Write down the exact qualities. Do you want health? Write down the exact state. One clear seed planted with intention grows faster than 10 vague seeds planted with confusion. Write it down in one sentence. This is my seed. I am planting the seed of specific manifestation. Before you plant anything new, you must clear the toxic soil. Spend the next 30 days identifying every limiting belief in your subconscious about your manifestation. If it's money, write down every negative belief about money. Money is hard. Rich people are greedy. I don't deserve wealth. These are weeds in your soil. Use shadow work, journaling, meditation, therapy, EFT tapping, whatever tool you need to uproot. These beliefs, don't just cover them with positive affirmations. That's like pouring fresh soil on top of weeds. They'll just grow through. You must pull them out by the root and replace them with empowering beliefs. Once your soil is clear, plant your seed with absolute certainty. Not hope, not desperation, not need, but calm knowing. Sit quietly. Visualize your manifestation as if it's a seed in your hand. See yourself planting it in the rich soil of your subconscious. And as you plant it, feel the certainty of a farmer who has planted 1,000 seeds and harvested 1,000 times. You know this will grow. There's zero doubt, zero attachment to timeline, zero desperation, just calm, powerful certainty. This is the emotional sunlight that makes seeds explode with growth. Every single day, spend at least 5 minutes watering your seed with attention. Visualize it growing. Feel gratitude for the harvest that's coming. Think thoughts aligned with your seed. But here's the key. 5 focused minutes is better than 5 hours of desperate obsession. Water your seed. Then go live your life. Don't sit there digging it up to check if it's growing. Don't obsess over when it will manifest. Just water it daily with calm attention and trust the process. The rest of the day, focus on being a good person, serving others, improving yourself, living joyfully. Your seed is growing underground whether you think about it or not. This is the hardest step and the most important. You must commit to waiting. However long it takes, 30 days, 90 days, 6 months, 2 years, you are now a farmer. And farmers don't abandon crops because they're not ripe yet. You will water your seed daily. provide optimal conditions, and trust that harvest season is coming. You don't need to know when. You don't need to control how. You just need to keep being a good gardener and let nature do its part. And here's the magic. The moment you release attachment to timeline, manifestations speed up because you're no longer energizing them with desperation frequency. Now you might be thinking, this sounds like it takes forever. I don't have time to wait 90 days or 6 months. I need money now. I need love now. I need results now. And I hear you, but let me ask you this. How's the instant manifestation approach working for you so far? You've tried the 24-hour techniques, the overnight methods, the quantum jumping hacks, and you're still here watching this video, which means they didn't work, right? Here's the hard truth. Seeds don't care about your urgency. You can stand over an oak seed screaming, "Grow faster," and it will not become an oak tree any quicker. But here's what will happen. If you accept the gardening timeline, you will actually start manifesting, instead of endlessly hoping for instant magic that never comes. You will plant seeds today that become harvests next month. You will plant seeds next month that become harvests next year. And 12 months from now, you will have more abundance than you ever manifested with instant techniques, because you finally let something finish growing. The people with the most abundance aren't the ones looking for shortcuts. They're the ones who planted seeds 5 years ago and are now harvesting daily while you're still looking for the magic button. And here's what will absolutely blow your mind. The moment you stop chasing instant manifestation and commit to being a patient gardener, manifestations start happening faster, not slower, because you're no longer energizing them with desperation, you're energizing them with certainty. And certainty is the frequency that collapses timelines and accelerates harvest. I've seen people manifest in 7 days using the patience method what they couldn't manifest in 7 years using the urgency method. Because urgency kills seeds, patience grows them. Drop a comment right now and tell me, are you team instant manifestation or team patient gardening? And be honest, because I want to know if this resonates with you or if you think I'm crazy for saying manifestation takes time.